What up, everybody? It's your boy Ash, guys. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining me. I'm coming to you guys today with a One Piece discussion video. It's going to be a short video, guys, but I just wanted to get on and talk about what's going on in Wano Kuni a little bit. And specifically, I want to talk about Kaido and who I think should be the one to land the killing blow on Kaido at the end of this arc, guys. Here, that's right, the killing blow on Kaido. No, we're starting to get to the climax of this arc where, guys, Luffy's on his way to meet Kaido at the top of the Skull Dome. So we're about to get this big clash between Luffy and Kaido and whoever else joins him. And we know that this clash is going to be a very dangerous clash. Both sides have a lot to lose here, especially Luffy's side, with Kaido and Big Mom's plan to kind of destroy Wano, to take over the world and to become the king and queen of the pirate world. So a lot's riding on this battle, guys. A lot of characters are involved. And we know that Kaido's cannot survive this arc. He's not allowed to leave this arc okay. And we know that Luffy doesn't kill his opponents. That's not his thing. He doesn't kill his opponents, at least on purpose. They might die in a different way, but we know he doesn't kill his opponents. If anything, he knocks them out. He ruins their dreams, but he doesn't kill his opponents in any way. And Kaido's too dangerous to leave alive after this arc is ended. He cannot walk away from Wano okay and plot a revenge against Luffy. It just can't happen. So to start this off, I think Luffy and Kaido will be the main fight. I think Luffy's going to do 90 to 99% of the damage on Kaido here. He's going to get Kaido to a point where Kaido can't get up, where he's done or very in a vulnerable position. But I think at the same time, I think Luffy's going to get either knocked out or unable to move at the end of the battle as well. So they're going to hit each other, very similar to the Katakuri and Luffy fight, where they hit each other, one huge clash at the very end of the battle, and Luffy and Kaido are both down for the count. They both can't get up. But at that point, I believe someone else is going to step in and add the finishing blow to Kaido. And I have 5 characters in mind, so I'm going to go through those characters from least likely to most likely at the very end, guys, here. So let's jump right in. These are the characters, in my opinion, that I think will land the killing blow on Kaido by the end of this arc. And I'm going to start with Kinemon. So Kinemon would be my number 5, guys. I think Kinemon, we all know that the Scabbards want revenge for Oden, their master, their protege, the man who kind of guided them into a better life, into a better existence, and made them better people. I think Kinemon, it would be poetic for Kinemon to land the killing blow on Kaido, especially since Kaido was the one that officially killed Oden. We know Orochi had some other devious crap going on here, and Kaido actually respected Oden, but at the end of the day, Kaido was the one that shot Oden in the head in the boiling oil. So it would be poetic for one of the Scabbards, the leader of the Scabbards, Kinemon, to be the one to kill Kaido to get full revenge for Oden. So that would be poetic. I would like to see that from Kinemon, but at this point, it doesn't look like Kinemon or the rest of the Scabbards are even going to make it out of this battle. They look like they're in deep trouble, especially with what happened with Kiku in the last chapter. So hopefully some of them survive. I believe others will die, and that's okay. That's part of this arc, and we want to see that. As readers, we don't want to see these characters die, but I think it's good for the story. So Kinemon would be my number 5 choice, guys, here. I think he would step up, end it, because he knows what a dangerous threat Kaido would be. I'm sure he knows, as well as we know, Kaido shouldn't be allowed to walk away from this battle still alive. And if Kaido's in a vulnerable position where he can't guard himself, or use his haki, or his body is weakened, and Kinemon can actually cut off his head like they talked about in the last chapter, they kind of brought it up like, hey, this fight isn't over until his head is cut off. So I think that led me into making this video as well, that someone has to land the killing blow, and outside of Luffy, these are the only people I think. So Kinemon would be my number 5, guys. Let's go right into my number 4. And my number 4 is going to be Big Mom. So Big Mom obviously is in an alliance with Kaido right now here. They look like things are going well. And even Big Mom has stepped up and be like, I'm not playing around. This was my choice. I wanted this alliance. I'm not going to betray Kaido right now. We have a goal. We're going to become kings of the pirate world. We're going to find the One Piece. So as of right now, it looks like Big Mom's actually in it for the long haul with Kaido. They actually want to go about this plan. But if Big Mom realizes that Kaido's in a vulnerable position, she may show up and just axe him right there. Get him out of the way. That's less competition for her. Yeah, she may lose some of his prowess with all of his beast pirates, but who knows? Maybe she'll be able to galvanize some of the beast pirates to join her, and that's even more people on her side. Maybe not King, Queen, some of the Tobiropo maybe. And maybe some of the fodder characters may just join Big Mom's crew at that point if she ends up actually killing Kaido. But if she had the opportunity and that opportunity arose in a certain situation, I could see Big Mom landing the killing blow, just doing life or death and taking all the rest of Kaido's life, whatever it may be, and like putting him into a homie or something like that, something that she can control. So I could see Big Mom taking advantage of a situation where Kaido is weakened and either making him a homie or just taking his life and axing some competition right there and then. So Big Mom would be my number 4 choice. I think it's unlikely that she would do that. If anything, Big Mom's gonna have her own problems with maybe Marco or someone getting in her way and probably causing her to leave. And if Kaido loses, she may just be like, okay, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go back to Totland and just kind of lick her wounds. So Big Mom would be my number 4 choice. Let's go right into number 3. Number 3, I think is gonna be Blackbeard. So I think Blackbeard would be my number 3 choice here. I think a lot of us suspect that Blackbeard will show up and try to take Kaido's fruit. And we know that if your fruit gets taken, you die. So he may show up and try to get the zone fruit to complete his trio of devil fruits here. He's the strongest zone, Paramecia, and then the strongest zone fruit. So it would make sense that at the end of the battle, all of a sudden we hear Zehahaha, and Blackbeard comes out of the shadows and puts his hand on Kaido's chest or something and drains his devil fruit away. And Luffy notices this but can't do anything about it because Luffy is unable to move or at a point where he has to retreat as Blackbeard comes in and tries to like slowly take over Onigashima with the other Blackbeard pirates with his 10 Titanic captains. So who knows what would happen, but I think Blackbeard is a viable choice to show up at the last minute like he always does, like with Whitebeard, and take advantage of a situation like he does. He's very smart, even though he's an idiot sometimes. So Blackbeard is a good in situational situations, I should say. He's good in certain situations about taking advantage of the circumstances and making it useful for himself. So if he shows up when both Luffy and Kaido can't do anything about it, and he takes Kaido's fruit, he adds that to his arsenal. Blackbeard becomes the largest threat in the world, and I think that's where the story is headed for Blackbeard and Luffy to eventually clash right before they get to Laugh Tale. So Blackbeard is a viable choice. I think he shows up at if this happened, I think he shows up at the very last second to kind of grab the fruit, take the zone fruit, and kind of wisp away real quick. He doesn't want to deal with everyone. He doesn't want to battle. He could, at this point, he could come in, walk out, and then just wreck everybody because he's got very strong fruits. And if he brought the full force of his pirate crew, he can actually do a lot of damage. But I think he's in it for the long haul. He just wants the fruit. He doesn't want to take any damage. He just wants to get in, take the fruit, get out, and then go about with his plans, whatever they may be. So I think Blackbeard is a viable choice, guys. That would be my number 3. Number 2, I think is going to be Law. So Law, obviously this has been his plan pretty much from the start. He didn't think he would make it this far, but his goal was to mess with Doflamingo to piss off Kaido, and that's why Luffy joined. He wanted to be a part of this plan to take down an Emperor of the Sea. So it would make sense for Law to be coming in and kind of helping out Luffy when Luffy needed it, especially when Luffy helped him with Doflamingo. Law was on his back. Doflamingo was about to end it. So Luffy stepped in, and we know what happened from there. Stopped Doflamingo, beat Doflamingo down. So if we're at a point where Kaido was on the brink and Luffy was on the brink, Law may show up. We don't even know where Law is at this point. We haven't seen him in a little while. Last thing we saw him, he was at the top of one of the entrances going into the castle. So I guess we'll find out where Law is. Maybe in this chapter coming up on Sunday. So Law may step in and use his powers, I forget what his devil fruit is called, but his powers to kind of take the life from Kaido or end it right there, or just cut him into pieces and make sure that he can never reassemble himself or scatter his pieces across the world or in the ocean. Whatever he may do to him, we know that Law is powerful. Law is strong. He's one of the strongest characters in One Piece, but sometimes he just doesn't apply it. Like with that fight with Doflamingo, I feel like Law could have done more, but Doflamingo knew the fruit and knew Law well and kind of played a psychological game with him. So I think Law is stronger than what he showed, but at that point, I think Law may step in and be like, this is for Luffy. You're too dangerous to let us live. Our plan ends with you, and he kills Kaido on the spot. So, or he uses his, whatever his power is that Luffy or Dofi wanted, his immortality power, to kind of take the immortality away from Kaido, if he has it, which I don't even think he has. I think Kaido's able to be killed. He just needs someone powerful enough to cut through his hide. So that may be it, but I think Law is a viable choice because he's been in this with Luffy from the start. It would make sense for Luffy to do most of the damage and Law to step in to finish things off, and their alliance is kind of set, and they can kind of go their separate ways from there because they've been together for a long time. Even though they took their time away from each other when Luffy was in Whole Cake Island, I think that them coming together to kind of finish Kaido off would make sense and be very poetic as well. I think that would be a good combination to finish things strong. And we think that, I think a lot of YouTubers think that the Supernovas will be the one to fight and defeat Kaido. So it makes sense for Law to be there and kind of have the finishing blow if the rest of the Supernovas are down for the count. And Law is smart enough to kind of keep himself out of harm's way, at least for the most part. So Law would be my number 2 choice, guys. And finally, we're going to finish with number 1. I think the number 1 choice for me, personally, that I would love to see as well would be Zoro. So in the last chapter, we talked about the Scabbards not having enough power to kill or harm Kaido or cut his wound. I only know one samurai at this point that's in Wano Kuni that could step up and actually cut Kaido in a way that would open that wound and actually kill him, and that would be Zoro. Again, at this point, I think Luffy would do most of the damage, but if Zoro's right there with him, Luffy gets him down to a point where he can't defend himself anymore, Zoro may step up and add the finishing blow, and we know Zoro to kill people. Zoro has killed a lot of people in this story, even though it's not kind of like shown that he kills people, Zoro kills people. And when you cut people down with your swords, it's very unlikely that they're going to survive. They're probably going to bleed out, or they just leave a nasty scar on them, but most likely Zoro's killed a lot of people, so he has no qualms about this. And especially, he's been the one since day one, since this pirate journey started, he's taken every opponent very seriously, and he's been trying to get Luffy to take this seriously as well. And if Luffy's unable to go through it and kill Kaido, then Zoro may have to step in and do the job, the dirty work for his captain. And Zoro has no qualms about it. He'll step in and be like, my captain's gotten it this far, it's my turn to finish it. I'll do the dirty work, I'll get my hands dirty, but you're too dangerous to let this live. This isn't a game, I'm gonna end it here. And he cuts off Kaido's head or stabs Kaido through his scar that Odin left. Who knows? But if Kaido's in a weakened state and Luffy does 90% of the work, I think Zoro will step in and finish things off, even if it's without Luffy knowing. So if Luffy's unconscious and Kaido's laying there, or is on a knee or something, kind of just about to stand up, Zoro may come out of nowhere and cut him down and end things right there. And I think that's been shown, and we're building up to that Zoro has to kind of show out. And he's going to have his own battle, or he may help out with this battle with Kaido as well. But he has to show that he's strong. He's that kind of samurai that could really kill Kaido on the spot, even when the Scabbards could not. So yeah, he may be in a weakened state, but Zoro may be the only one to actually be able to kill Kaido at that point. And I would love to see Kaido get axed off by Zoro. Zoro's my favorite character in the story, him and Shanks. So I would love to see Zoro kind of end this arc off with the badass scene of just like him gorillaing Kaido's head off or something like that. It doesn't have to be gruesome, but it could just be in the background and we just see Kaido's head kind of like plop to the side or just the edge of it, something like that. But Kaido cannot leave this arc alive. He's too much of a threat. If they let him walk away alive, he can plot his revenge, and you do not want to try to fight Kaido twice, obviously. So those are the characters I think have a chance to end Kaido's life here. Again, I think Luffy will do the bulk of the work or most of the damage, and they'll come in and end things at the very end here of the arc. Obviously, I think the good guys win. Wano Kuni gets freed. The circumstances behind how things are going to go, who may show up, I think it all will get resolved at the very end. And Momo will take his place as Shogun of Wano, and that gives another ally to Luffy going into the final war with the warriors of Wano. So that's how I think is going to kill Luffy, or not Luffy, but Kaido. I did have some honorable mentions. I think a couple good ones were any of the admirals from the Marines. Obviously, the Marines had a presence in Wano with CP0 showing up. So if they call up a Buster Strike or something on Onigashima, they may show up, and it may be Kizaru. Fujitora would be good, obviously with samurais and him being a swordsman. And it would be an awesome opportunity to see Green Bull as well. So any of the Marine admirals would be a good choice to kind of come in, arrest Kaido, and maybe they don't even let him get that far and they just kill him on the spot to end one of the threats, the pirate threats. So that would be a good one. Kid was another one that I thought about. I think it's very unlikely for Kid to be one of the people to finish off Kaido, but obviously he has a grudge against Kaido. Kaido beat him up, messed up his pirate crew a lot. He led him into eating the smile fruit for Killer. So Kaido's done a lot to damage Kid's pirate crew and his dreams. So it makes sense for Kid to kind of get revenge for Killer and Kaido's life there if he had the opportunity. So that would be a good one as well. I think he's the only other supernova I would give a chance to. It'd be either Law, Kid, Luffy, or Zoro. I think Killer is very unlikely. Killer is just a background character. If anything, he'll have a fight with like a headliner. Even a Toby Ropo, maybe, but I don't even think we're going to see that. So Killer, I think, is just going to be a background character. Nothing crazy, even though he's a supernova as well. So those are the characters, guys, I think that might kill Kaido at the end of Wano Kuni. Comment below. Who do you think will add the finishing blow to Kaido? Will it be Luffy? Will he actually kill an opponent? Or do you think someone else will step in and actually take the Kaido's head, whether it be one of the Scabbards, a Marine, or someone from Kaido's alliance like Big Mom? Or someone that I didn't mention in this video at all, maybe a Whitebeard pirate member as well. So comment below, guys, who do you think will add the finishing blow to Kaido, and what do you think is going to happen going forward in this arc, guys? So I'm looking forward to the chapter on Sunday. I'll come out with my live reaction. I'll probably make a review as well. I don't know. We'll see how busy I am on Sunday. Sunday's a busy day for me this week, so we'll jump in. I'm excited, guys. That's it for me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell. I'll see you guys Sunday. Peace. Have a fantastic day.